Well, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to what is my first true motovlog. I just did a video on the camera and the Zoom microphone, which you can see here set up on the tank bag. What I didn't show you is because I was using it is my iPhone, which you can see now is mounted on the mount that I have just above my dash. So we're going to go for a little ride today around some of the city and talk a little bit about what I hope to be doing with this channel. So let's head out. We did have a bit of snow, a freak blizzard at the end of March last week, but it did melt pretty quickly, and now we're back up to some more seasonal temperatures. So it's nice to be able to get out and enjoy the sunshine. What are the things I want to do for this coming riding season? So I want to do some advanced training. I've been doing quite a bit, and I'll have a future video where I'm going to go through some of the slow speed skills that I've been practicing. I did that quite a bit last season, guided a lot by the belt system that MotoJitsu has, and I find those really inspirational. And he has his app out now that is great for taking those exercises with you and setting them up and trying them out. I'm at the point now, I started riding not quite a year ago, and I only had about 5 months in the last season. So I'm getting to the point now where I'm feeling more comfortable with the bike, but of course that's a potentially dangerous time because I don't want to become overconfident. I want to maintain control, maintain safety. This is me on my 2019 MT-07. I absolutely love this bike. I'll do a full review of it later on in the summer after I do a long road trip with it. But so far I'm in love. It's a great bike for me as a relatively new rider. I feel like I have a lot of control. I don't feel like it's too big or too heavy. I feel like I can maneuver quite well with it. And so I've really been enjoying it. I've gone on some longer rides with it, up to 4 hours, and it's been just fine. So I'm finding that in this time of the pandemic, riding is a great escape. It's a great way to get out and focus on something besides all the negative things going on in the world right now. Plus work has been a little stressful, and so having a chance to get out and forget about it for a bit is always a good thing. My other goal for this summer is to do my road test. Currently, I'm in a graduated program where I did a course, an intro course, last year, and with that I was able to get what is called my learners. And with the learners, you have to go at least 1 year and up to 2 years on that license to get some practice before you can do your road test. And there are a number of restrictions while you are a learner. No passengers, no riding between half hour before dark and a half hour after light. And then when you do your road test, and if you pass that, you then become what's called a novice. A novice still has restrictions: no passengers, no riding between midnight and 5 a.m. And then if you go a full year with your novice, that is novice 1, without any incident that is your fault, then you get bumped up to novice 2. And some restrictions are lifted there. Then if you go a year as novice 2 with no incidents, then you get your full motorcycle endorsement, your full license. So it's a graduated program. It takes 3 full years to get your motorcycle license. And I certainly don't disagree with that. I think it's important to be safe and learn the limits and be able to understand what the motorcycle can do. However, for me, at my age, the last time I had a road test, I was about 20, and that's when I had my scooter, and I did a road test then, and I got my full motorcycle license at that time. So it's interesting that I feel like I'm a kid again, where I have to go through the graduated program, but that's okay. I don't mind processes in place that are designed to keep people safe. We're at 10 degrees Celsius right now, which in this neck of the woods at this time of year is pretty good. It's pretty seasonal. Some people might think it's rather cold. When I was training, I spent 2 years living in Tucson, Arizona, and that was really interesting because I was born and raised in Canada and quite used to the extremes of temperature. And so when I lived in Tucson, I found it amusing that at times, if it would go down to 16 degrees Celsius in the winter, the local people were wearing down-filled parkas. I was in shorts and a t-shirt. So it's all to do with what you've grown up with. That's one thing that I'm still getting used to, is the nods, the wave. I noticed that on my very first ride. I went past a couple of bikers and got the wave, and it's like you became an instant member of some kind of family. My wife thinks it's hilarious. I think it's kind of fun. So another video that I'm going to do at some point is all the modifications I've made to this bike, which actually have been mostly for comfort rather than performance. Hey buddy. I'm of the age group where stunting is not for me. It's not something I'm interested in. Some people are. All the power to you, as long as you're doing it safely. But it's not for me. But that's okay, because I get enough out of riding the way I do. And that's the whole point. Ride your own ride. And that's what I do. So one channel I watch a lot is DanDanTheFireman. And I glean a lot from the things that he has to say. And I find myself trying to emulate a lot of that and paying attention to my spatial awareness, understanding what's going on around me. Learning from other people's mistakes. It's unfortunate that those mistakes are made, but if they can be used to help others, then there's value. I also get a lot from McRider. He has a lot of words of wisdom in there. He's been doing this for a while. And he's a funny guy. The one thing I've found since I started riding is I've become a much more aware driver in my car, and I'm much more patient. I used to get a little impatient when I was driving, but I don't do that now, and I tend to be driving the speed limit. A lot of people go past me, but that's okay. So that's one of the benefits of riding a motorcycle. It can make you a better driver all around. The one thing about living in the prairies is the roads tend to be very straight. We don't really have, well, we do have very clear chicken strips on our tires, because there aren't a lot of twisties around here. I am a little jealous of that with the people that live in some of those areas. But my trip this summer will be through the Rocky Mountains and the Kootenays, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of opportunity to explore some twisty roads. Safely, of course. So I hope that people who are watching get some enjoyment out of this channel. I know I'm a very small fish in a very big pond, but my niche is to try to connect with other people like me who are new riders starting later in life. And I can journal some of the things that I'm learning as I go along. I've learned quite a bit already, and I'm feeling much more comfortable confident but not cocky. East, yes, that's what I want. Go east, young man. Or go east, old man. We're gonna get out onto the highway for a little bit, and then probably end the video. When I first went on the highway, I was pretty nervous going at that speed. Now it's not so bad. Starting to trust the bike a little bit more. And as envious as I am about not many twisties, being born and raised in the prairies, I do have an inherent appreciation for big sky, seeing the horizon. This is where I'm going to end the video, and thank all of those who stuck around to the end to hopefully enjoy it. And we will see you another time.